So how do we find closure from our experience with a narcissist? Now, the first thing we have to understand is that a narcissist is very unlikely to give us that closure, because that would make his supply go away. If we were to have closure, we could let go of the narcissist completely. We wouldn't have our attention turned towards the narcissist anymore. And therefore, it would not be in the narcissist's highest interest to give us that closure. Besides this reason, it is also very likely that a narcissist will never be willing to admit failure. On top of that, they don't feel that they owe us that closure, because they're feeling entitled to have us as a tool as much as they please. So one thing is very clear: we will not really get a real closure from a narcissist. If a narcissist gives us closure somehow through apologizing and admitting that they were wrong, then it is only for the reason that they will continue to get fuel from us, either by drawing us back in through that apology and making us doubt ourselves that maybe they aren't as bad as they seemed to be, or that demand for fuel will come at a later date again. But if a narcissist gives us that closure, it is only really to open the doors again at another time. And so once they open the doors again, we're left again with no closure, because the narcissistic abuse will continue. So to get the closure that we need to give it to ourselves. And I will lead you through 2 steps today to begin the process of finding closure, because really it is a process. I haven't met anyone who could do it in one shot. It's kind of like a little bit of a journey. But every time we find another piece, we will find more closure. So the first step is a meditation that I'm going to lead through. Because for this work, we need to turn inside. You cannot find that closure on the outside from tools and techniques that aren't really your own key, that don't hold your own key. To get this closure, we need to go deeply inside ourselves and see what it is we're looking for with this closure. So the first meditation is going to be the understanding of what exactly we're looking for. I will turn my video off so you can concentrate, and I would like you to find a place where you can sit down or lie down and close your eyes, because that will allow you to go more on the inside for you as well. So please find a seat and settle down. Let's start off by taking a few deep breaths. And with each inhale, invite yourself to move to your core, whatever that means for you, away from thinking to feeling and sensing and experiencing. So with each inhale, invite yourself to move from thinking to feeling and experiencing. And with each exhale, let go of anything that you don't need right now, so that you can be fully in this moment. Inhale, invite yourself to go to experiencing and feeling and sensing. Exhale, let go of anything that you don't need right now. First, I would like you to tune in and scan through your body to find that place inside of you that is yearning for closure. If you don't find a place, just pick one. So where in your body is that place that is yearning for closure? Just ask the question and open yourself up to the answer. Once you have found that place, let yourself float into that place, whatever that means for you. Go into that place in your body. And allow yourself right now in this moment to fully feel that yearning for closure. Don't brace yourself against it. Just feel it fully. If you feel it fully, something will open up for you. What does that yearning feel like? Notice how your body responds to that yearning. And don't work against it, let it happen. How's your breathing? Again, let it be whatever it is. Don't change it. Allow yourself to feel how that yearning affects your breathing. And allow the breathing to be that way. Again, if you let it happen, it will open a door. And I want you to feel into what would that closure look like? What would the other person say or do if they were able to give you closure? And I would like you to listen to those words that they're saying to give you closure, real closure, fully satisfying closure. How does this affect you? Hearing those words, seeing those things. How does it affect you to get that closure? How would it make you feel to get that closure? Feel and sense into this. What exactly is happening here? What is letting go? And in this closure, what is closing? And I don't want you to think about it. I want you to feel it and sense it. Just ask the question and see what happens. What is closing? And what is opening? Again, just ask the question and sense into the answer. What does the closing open up? What is opening here? And where are you now? What place inside of you are you in now? And what is important about being in this place? What is important about having this closure? Again, feel it, sense it. And then when you're ready, I would like you to open your eyes. You might want to journal a little bit about this, about your experience. What happened for me in getting the closure was a feeling of being seen and heard and being understood, and a feeling of, okay, my feelings were right, I was not wrong. There is giving credit to what I've gone through and what I've yearned for, and there is a acknowledgement of that this was right and true. And what happened for me was that there was a peace that settled in. And what closed for me was the door of always reaching out, the door of searching on the outside for that, for those words, for that acknowledgement. And it made me feel like once I got that closure, I could finally be with me and I could finally be home. And what opened was a door to something new, a moving on, the ability to move on into away from the yearning, because that was being satisfied, to a new yearning of moving out and living my life. And I also noticed a certain strength coming with the closing of that door, and with having gotten what I was yearning for. It gave me strength. The knowing that I was right, the knowing that also someone confirmed me in my feelings, gave me strength to move forward. And it might be a very different experience for you, or it might be similar. I'm just sharing so that you get an idea of what others might be going through. It might help inform your own journey. So we know that getting a closure is really, really important, because it would do that. For me, it would close the door of the yearning. It would allow me to turn around and face my life and move forward into something where I want to move to. Now, as we can't have this from the narcissist, let's see what you know deeply inside of how you can get it anyhow. So this is going to be our second journey right now. I would like you to close your eyes again. And again, go to that place where you felt the yearning. For that closure. Now you already know what that world looks like, that world of if you got the closure. And I would like you to envision that world right in front of you. Sometimes I imagine it like an orb that is really big that I could walk into if I wanted to. So whatever comes up for you, I'd like you to envision that world somewhere in the distance, that world of having gotten the closure. And then I would like you to notice where you're at right now in this world of no closure. And to find the key, we will have to look at it closely. Just for this moment, it won't be long. So what is it like not to have this closure? How are you breathing in this world of having no closure? Okay, this might be enough. And so I would like you to look ahead of you with the world of closure in the distance. Not from the narcissist, because he won't give it to you, but that peace. That world of peace and being with you and finding your own way now forward, being able to move on. That world. Look at it in the distance and see a path from where you are now to that world. And I want you to ask the question. And again, once you've asked it, don't fall into the trap of thinking about it, because that will not give you your key. You can only find this key if you look deep inside yourself through sensing and feeling and experiencing. What is it going to take you to get to that peace, to get to that place where you can close the door and move on with your life? And I would like you to just ask the question and see what happens. Sometimes it appears as a visual thing you see. How can you get to that world of peace? What is in the way of getting to that world? What will help you to get around of what's in the way? If the narcissist can't give you that closure, then who can? Ask the question and then listen to the answer. If you can't see a way yet to go to that place of peace, then I will ask you to remove yourself a little bit from the picture and become a bird that hovers above. Like an eagle that soars above the scene, so you can see this whole scene of you and the world where you're in, and the world of closure from higher up. What do you see from here? And again, just don't think it, look around. What do you notice from up here? And when you're ready, I would like you to open your eyes. Now, one thing I saw from when I soared above my scene was that the closure I'm looking for is just a small aspect of my life. And there's so many other things happening. And if I only focus on getting the closure, I will miss out on other things that are happening in my life. Beautiful things that can support me, and the people that are there to help me in other ways. It also showed me that it's okay that this is a process, and that it's okay not to get it all in one shot. And this will be an exploration that is ongoing. And every time I work on it and go inside myself, I will find another piece. Something else that I learned about how I can give myself that closure is that I need to speak the words that I would like to say if the other person was willing to sit down. So I will write 2 letters. One letter is a letter expressing what I need to say to the other person, expressing all my thoughts, my feelings, my anger, my resentment, my disbelief of how I could have possibly been treated this way. The other letter I'm going to write is a letter to myself, as if the universe was writing me a letter, saying all the things that I need to hear of, I'm so sorry this happened to you. You really deserve this. And instead of that, so all of those words that I need to hear said to me, I will also write to myself. Now, the letter that I'm writing to the narcissist, I will not send, because that would not serve. But I will either keep it or I might burn it and send it up into the universe with the flames so that it can be transformed. And the letter that I'm writing to myself, I will keep and read whenever I need to hear those words. And so, you know, the answers that you got might be very different. And again, if we did this work together with other people, we could share ideas, and they can enrich us, and they might also help in our own process. So I would encourage you to take the steps of what you saw you could do to get what it is you need and what you're yearning for, and to hear those words that you are yearning to hear, and to say those words that you need to say. You could dig a hole in the ground and say those words into the ground, that those words of expression of anger and disbelief. You could find a trusted friend and ask if they will sit and hear you. You could write those words down in a letter and read it to a trusted friend. There are many ways of going about this, and I'm sure that you will find your very own. So I hope this helps a little bit. And in my experience, grief around this and finding closure is a process. It doesn't have to happen all at once. And so revisit this place, maybe revisit this meditation and see what's still left. What door still wants to be closed? Which door still wants to open? And if you have a hard time with this visualization, then I encourage you to listen to the meditations that I'm posting on my YouTube channel, because they will help you to go to that place inside yourself, away from thinking, and to feeling and experiencing, to where you can find those keys that are very specific to you, so that you can do that deep work also on your own. Have a good day. Bye.